Some background, Skagit County is northwest corner of Washington. We're one county south of British Columbia, Canada, about 2 counties north of Seattle. There's a handy dandy map right there. And Guimas Island is a very small island just out in the San Juans that its only connection to our county is by a county-owned ferry. And the current ferry is about 40 years old and needs replacement. And the community is a very small, self-contained, older, more environmentally conscious community, and they are usually a very vocal audience where it comes to things involving how they get to and from their island, because that is the only way. There's no bridge. So when we went out for plans to revive the ferry or build a new one, we wanted to make sure we were really including the Guimas residents throughout the whole life of the process, which is still in process. So our first survey was essentially to get some baseline data about the residents. We didn't have great data about who they were and if they lived there full-time or part-time, or if they were older or younger, or any of that information, or even how many trips they self-identified as regularly taking on the vessel. So the first survey gave us some baseline data about demographics and usership of the vessel. And then the follow-on survey took some of the responses we had gotten from the initial survey and built on that to figure out, when you say reliability is the most important thing, what does that mean to you? Does that mean fewer unplanned outages, like, oops, something on the boat broke? Does it mean when we say we leave at 10 a.m., we really leave at 10 a.m. every single time? Really drilling down so that when we start working forward on developing a new schedule and getting a new vessel, then we have that data to back up to say, listen, we actually heard you, and here it is, we can prove it, and here's what we've done to try and implement these ideas and recommendations that you provided us.
That's great. Yeah, so being able to show that this worked, and then of course follow up with residents to show that they were heard. I think that's of course we'd love to, promote.
It was amazing. And so what was fascinating to us about this project was the island has about 600 residents, most of whom are full-time, but it has been always a struggle to get people to come to meetings or to really participate online, because older demographic, they're not typically on Facebook. They have some community blogs and websites that they visit, but we wanted to make sure we were really getting a representative sample of people.